to quote him, is something that really paid off for them. Okay, so this note here, which mentions Thomas. Thomas is one of the bigger characters in the game, but this note mentions that this boy that Thomas is sticking up for, who's getting picked on by some other children, they threw my shoes into the tree today, and now I can't get them back. Now, if that note just said they threw my shoes into the tree today, I wouldn't think too much about it. But the fact that he says I can't get them back, that begins to get my mind thinking that maybe there is a piece of the puzzle to address. Time will tell. I love the whole mythology of this character, the Grumpy Knocker, and there's all these statues. I found several statues in the game, and that's become one of my favorite little reoccurring things in the game. Probably nothing. All right. I think we are done in here. Let's press on. Got some Mayday paraphernalia going on here. Ah. I've got a couple of these magnifying glasses laying around. I don't know if I've saved one at the case yet, but yeah, you never know. Might come in handy. Envy says this has not yet been published, by the way. You mean other than right here, of course. Well, make sure and hey, when you get that published, Envy, make sure and send me, like on Twitter or something like that. Send me a link to it because I would really like to check it out. Jack Wee, I hope Sean managed to get the day off work for the May Day celebrations. Would be great to see you both there. Sadly, my husband has to work again. I'm not sure he even tries to get the day off. I'll tell you, it's a nightmare sometimes. Just wait until you have some yourself. Harry threw some of his best toys in the sink this morning and nearly flooded the place. You would have thought Andrew would be setting a good example, but he's just as bad. At least Rob listens to me. Anyway, I must go. I think I heard a pot smash. Of course, Sean V, was a character we talked a lot about during the last section, during the industrial chapter, and the game makes it lays some pretty heavy hints that Sean V was disgruntled, was not happy in his work at the mine, and that he may have caused an explosion that resulted in the deaths of 23 miners. Maybe, just maybe. Alrighty, let's see. I followed you. I followed you on Twitter. Make sure you tweet the interview when it's published. Thank you. I will look forward to checking that out. Battle McStruggle says this is really interesting, considering the fact this kind of pressure coming from the community is a thing that projects have to fight with. Thanks. On the fence about South Park Stick of Truth. Do you think it's worth it, Brent? It depends on what kind of gamer you are. If you love South Park, it's pretty hard to make a case against it. It is a very solid. It is a very solid RPG with turn-based combat, and if any of those things interest you whatsoever, I think that it's a definite buy. I actually did a live stream of it, which I need to maybe I need to go and set that in Twitch, archive it or highlight it or whatever, so that people can go back to it. But I did a live stream of my experience with it, and I thought it was very good.
I'm beginning to suspect that I may have been too cavalier in my approach.
If you like South Park,
In fact, I'm certain
it's
I have.
the only thing that I could say, if you like South Park, the only reason to not get the game is if you hate RPGs or turn-based combat mechanics. If those things are just an anathema to you, if you cannot abide them, that's the only reason I can think of to not get the game. Because for a South Park fan, it's as good as anything could be. It's as perfect a licensed IP as I've ever played. I mean, the only thing I can think of that maybe comes close is the Batman Arkham series, in terms of absolutely getting the licensed IP right. Alrighty. Guest log. Miss Smith, Mr. Bissell, Mr. and Mrs. Francis, Mrs. and Mrs. Francis. That's interesting. Mr. Jones, Mr. and Mrs. Taylor. Progressive little English town here. So this music box, this is interesting. There's a John S. Have you seen this music box? I haven't come across this in the game. It's something that I've looked for a number of times, but have not yet found. What secrets does the lighthouse hold? I think we're all looking forward to finding out the answer to that question. Village cider to stop production. Another telephone that doesn't seem to do much. All right, let's keep looking around. Let's see. A. Brown says, my exams are soon, so I'm putting it off for the sake of my degree. Well, you're definitely being a more responsible gamer than I have. I have
When was the last time I ate something?
my college years were rife with me not doing what I was supposed to be doing, and slacking off and going to movies and playing video games. I can remember vividly, and I think I might have told this story before, but I can remember vividly the day that the PlayStation 2 came out. I wasn't even going to go that day, but I had an exam that I had to take. It was quite important, and we actually went. My buddy and I, we had the class together. We left my house. We were driving there, and on the way there, we decided to just stop off at Toys R Us and just see if there was a line forming or anything like that. And when we from the street, we looked over and saw somebody coming out of Toys R Us, and this was like 7 o'clock in the morning, hours before they should have been opened. And we saw somebody leaving the store with a bag, and it looked like a customer. We were saying, how can a customer be leaving at 7 o'clock in the morning? And so we kind of got suspicious, and we pulled into the parking lot, and they had a handwritten note on the door that says, oh, we're opening at 7 a.m. today to sell PlayStation 2s. And that was where we had our pre-orders. And we were like, oh my gods! So, we go running inside, we pick up our PlayStation 2s, we take them back to the car, we stash them in the trunk, we go to school, and it was the fastest exam I'd ever taken in my life. Fortunately, it was one of those classes that I was really up on, so it wasn't necessarily difficult, but I mean, it was literally like put the exam in front of me and like whip, done. I mean, like 2 minutes tops, done. Turn it in, and we just like ran out of there and came racing home to plug up the PlayStation 2 and start playing. I'm trying to remember what we played first. Probably like SSX, Midnight Club, Madden. There wasn't a lot out, but oh yeah, that and of course like that was the only class we went to that day because like I said, we had the test. Everything else, fuck it. More tragic news about Sean V. Hey, look, it's how to clean a coffee machine. And if you watched yesterday's stream, you know how handy that came in. Oh yeah, look, more coffee filter cleaning granules. You know what's ironic about these is the bottle for these looks an awful lot like the bottle you keep arsenic pills in. What do you know? A. Brown says, what did you study at college? I use the word study loosely. Fuck you! No, I'm just kidding. I studied cartoons. I studied cartoons in college, and I'm not being cheeky. What my degree is in digital media, and ostensibly what I was studying was 3D modeling and animation, that kind of thing. But what I actually did, as opposed to studying, that I had a sympathetic advisor, and so what I did was, as opposed to taking the coursework required for my degree, I ended up taking a bunch of independent studies and just making films. So that was pretty much my college experience. But for legal purposes, I studied 3D modeling and animation in college. I actually didn't mean to keep that, but that's all right. Let's put that here. You never know when a cold glass of beer is going to come in handy. I was actually thinking about getting myself a nice glass of whiskey. Look at that handsome fellow. Nice glass of whiskey tonight, and then it occurred to me that that could actually be the worst idea ever, considering how hard this game is when I'm sober. I probably don't need to intoxicate myself and make this harder than it's already going to be. I don't know about that Bible. That might. I think I might have a Bible somewhere. I don't know, but that might come in handy. We'll see. Alrighty. What else? What else? What else? Nothing. Nothing. More seasick pills. Those have shown up a few times in the game. Shoes. Move. Oh no. I've gotten stuck behind a couple of doors. Notably, I just about got myself stuck and thought I was going to have to like reload from a previous save point. Like I thought I was really stuck. 1410. Hey, what do you know? 1410. Let's make a note of that. Because I guarantee you, somewhere there's a safe or a combo lock or something that's got a 1410 combination. We're gonna want that for later. Yeah. Battle McStruggle. Whiskey, intoxicate. Don't know what you're talking about. Neither do I. Which is ironically why I talk on podcasts for a living, in quotes. What do we got? Barbara. Pinwheel is beautiful. You must come with me one day. I'm staying in room number 5, which is a little smaller than I am usually used to, but the view is great. I can see down over the town square and the May Day celebrations. The toilet is down on the first floor, though, and it gets very cold in the night by the sea. Anyway, hope to see you soon. Ben J. Room number 5. Number 5? Number 5? Ah! I was like, why does this door open out? Everybody remember this tic-tac-toe pattern. That's probably going to come back to us later. Room number 2, Inn Manager Peter Disler. What do you know? A safe! And I bet I've got a combination for it too. Now all we got to do is we got to find one of those little safe wheels. Let me see if I've got one in the case. I don't know if I've got one saved or not. Might be one, might not be one. It's looking grim. Yep, don't think I have one. All right. Well, we'll find one. If we're supposed to get into that safe, there's going to be one hanging about somewhere. All right. Let me see here. MV says there's the devil that appears on the Bible. I'm not going to click on that because if I click outside of the game window, it's going to stop my stream. So I'll have to check that out a little bit later. Fishing, trading the fish today did me a lot of good. George took us out into the bay for a spot of casual fishing, a good chance to unwind and get things off our chest. George mentioned that his daughter's friend Thomas had been having a rough time since his mother left and that he and Ellen had been quite worried about his welfare. I hope that is all right. It's not right for someone so young to have to deal with his father's demons. Let's see. Neil, watching Axe Lord while killing fellow Axe heads in Battlefield 4. Sweet. Cannon Go Boom. What's going on, man? The game aesthetics remind me of Bioshock Infinite. Yeah, it calls to mind a number of things. Some people were talking about The Walking Dead. It has, a very strong, almost a hand-drawn art kind of aesthetic to it, which is not unlike Walking Dead. But yeah, it calls to mind a lot of great titles. Inspect the Bible. On the pages, you'll see it. It's funny. If you're right, that is damn funny. Let's look at it. I'm looking. Is there some way I'm supposed to get this up? Because I'm sure as hell not seeing it. Is there some way I'm supposed to get this open? Wait. That might be it right there.